After discovering a love for modeling and acting at a young age, Ashton led a successful career in the spotlight, but her accomplishments have been shadowed by danger. Brenda here with Berna Technologies, and we recently spoke to Ashton about her experiences and why she's proud to represent Berna.
One look at Ashton's social media, and you immediately get the sense of a flourishing model. But behind the glamorous photos is a young woman battling past trauma from attempted kidnappings to questionable practices in her industry.
The first time I almost was ever kidnapped, I was, I think, a freshman in high school because I didn't have a car yet. I was walking to my friend's house just on my own street, and a van comes up and pulls up next to me and almost like jumps the curb where I'm walking by. And I thought it was very strange. So I kind of like pause and move a little bit further away and, continue on the sidewalk, but there's a fence there. So I can't really move any further. A man opens the door and it like is a slide open and is holding on to something and he grabs my arm. And in this scenario, I don't know if I could pull a gun on him fast enough, but I did know a martial arts move to take off running after that. Got out of his grip and I started jumping a fence. The second time it happened to me, I definitely would have been able to use one of the burner guns. I was walking into a pet store or through the parking lot kind of later at night, going to go pick up. I have a pet gecko who's actually in the room right now. I was buying her food and walking through the parking lot, somebody comes from between two cars and pulls a knife on me. He's far enough away that I could have definitely pulled out and just gotten him, incapacitated him, and ran. Luckily enough, I just, as soon as he said, "Get in my car, little mommy," and pulls a knife, I took off running, just straight away into Big Lots. And I had security escort me out, but by the time they called the police, he was already gone. They didn't have any like a photo or video of surveillance outside, so he got away with it. And the third time that I was almost kidnapped, I was driving to school in high school, and I had had a previous car accident where somebody T-boned me actually after a modeling runway thing that I did. And my window was permanently rolled down, and you could tell that there was a dent there. This guy pulls up next to me in a car, unmarked car, doesn't say that he works as somebody who services cars. He says, "I can fix your car," like talking to me through the window. And he looks like he's on some kind of drug. He's kind of got this little twitchiness to him. And I told him, "No, sir, like, I don't need you to fix my car." And he just is persistent. He says, "No, no, no, I'm going to follow you. I'll show you. I can fix your car. I can fix your car." And I told him again, no. And then the light turns green and I go. So I start making weird turns and he's following me everywhere. I just have a really bad feeling. And so I text my mom while I'm driving, which I know is illegal, but I needed to do something. I just told her that I was very uncomfortable. I know this man is following me and I would like for police to meet me at my high school. I pull up to my high school. There's like nowhere to park, so I didn't quite pull into the gates of the high school. I found a parking spot outside, and he immediately kind of blocks my car with his. And as I get out of my car, I'm trying to go walk to where the police are. He grabs me by both of my arms and he says, "Come look in my trunk. I can fix your car. Come look in my trunk." And he's pulling me away. And that's when the police swarmed. But in that and then took him away. And as they took him away, he says, "Let me talk to the sweetheart. Let me talk to the sweetheart." But if the police hadn't came up at that time, right before he shows me where his trunk is to show me that, I wish I would have had something on me, like the burner gun, to protect myself 100%. But I'm okay. Like, that's the only thing that matters. Like, I kind of run through my head of what could have happened to me in those times if somebody actually took me.
Ashton credits her ability to fight back and think under pressure to her background in martial arts. And as an adult, she relied on other self-defense tools such as pepper spray and pocket knives, but admits that isn't adequate.
I honestly don't think that a pocket knife is enough to adequately save me in one of those situations. I know that knives can be turned on you very easily. I know the pepper spray, I've never had to use it, because the times that I needed to use it, I didn't have it on me. I practiced using it and spraying it, but there's also that factor of getting it out and trying to put it, how do I twist this? And so I practice on trees, but even then, it only goes a certain distance. And if somebody really wants to get you, I don't know if that would be enough to actually stop them.
Now she is happy to have the Byrna as an option. And along with carrying that, she has some other advice for others who want to be prepared to defend.
Being aware of your surroundings is probably the most important thing, especially these days where you can be walking to your car and just be, on your phone, not paying attention. I think that that's probably one of the most important things. If you ever have, if you're feeling like somebody's following you, or if you get those gut feelings, always listen to those gut feelings and be ready. I mean, if you have one of your Byrna guns, like for me personally, if I was feeling uncomfortable, I would have my hand in my bag, safety off on the trigger, maybe not have the gun out directly, but at least know that I can pull it out in quick time if I needed to. And also, if I don't need to, nobody has to know that I even have one in my bag.